This is part of Project Jedi training, learning to hear the life force speak to you, and specifically level 3 intuition, which is 100% reliable, based upon something similar to Deepak Chopra's principle of highest first, and simply direct communication with the life force regarding what is best according to mind, body, heart, soul, evolution, the will of the one, the life force. And Jedi Training 101 is such that if you're able to hear the life force speak to you and carry out the will of the force, then that is a level of being a Jedi Knight. And the degree of impeccability is the degree of the capacity of the Knight, as well as physical, mental, emotional training. Jedi Training 101. When you hear the life force, when you quiet your mind, you'll hear the life force speak to you. And then once you hear the life force speak to you, which in general is level 2 intuition, the signs, the omens, various forms of intuition, even gut feeling, all this is level 2 intuition. Level 3 intuition is knowing for sure, and there's a science that is 100% reliable in regard to this, that is known by some as NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, pendulums, body antenna. There's all different kinds of ways to use. Whatever way that you use, whatever way that you trust, whatever way that you will base your best decisions on, even life and death decisions, depending on your dedication and trust in the life force within, trust in yourself, and unattachment to the outcome, is the degree of capability. So it took me years to learn this. It took me years to hone my skills with it. I want to share the best of it within the next couple minutes. So decide whether or not you want to cooperate with the will of the force or not. And if so, there's a book by Paramahansa Yogananda, just a little tiny book, costs a couple bucks, called How to Talk to God, or How to Hear God Talk to You. And that's an excellent instruction book for being able to hear the life force speak to you. And the following is to be able to confirm, verify, back up, know for sure the intuitive insights that you get when you get them. I like to be able to decide within 10 seconds, even life or death decisions that come through this process. And the process is very simple. It's like this. Creator, I'm going to count backwards from 5. And when I reach 0, I want to be able to have a signal that represents no. And then I'm going to do one for yes. And most decisions can come down to a simple yes or no question. So, even though this may not work for you right now, the process is simple. On your own altar, in your own quiet space and place, in your own time and in your own way, with your own direct connection to the life force, decide if you want to have direct communication, and decide if you want to have direct cooperation, and decide if you want to know for sure when the intelligent, benevolent, all-powerful life force is indicating yes or no. It takes a real warrior spirit, a real courageous, capable being to even ask the question, let alone to follow the answer. Or it just takes a child's trust. And it can lead to incarceration, it can lead to death, it can lead to injury, or worse, it can lead to embarrassment, public scrutiny, opinion of others, negativity, judgment, criticism, etc. Boo-hoo. So, count backwards from 5, and when I reach 0, just pay special attention to your body. This 100% reliable method of accessing your intuition is based upon the fact that the body does not lie, and that the body is connected with the entire rest of the universe. So it's really a matter of just being willing to receive the indication for no, and then we'll do one for yes, and then forevermore you will be able to know for sure yes and no questions if you dare to ask, which is not the hard part. Intuition is not that difficult. What's challenging is following through with it and doing it now, not waiting till tomorrow or next week or even an hour from now. These insights are to be done now. And the difference between a warrior and a wuss is someone who will do it or not. And then the degrees of warriorship are determined by whether it's put off or whether you do it now. And then the more and more you want to hone your Jedi, shaman, spiritual warrior skills, the more and more you'll just live in the moment. And moment to moment insights will be acted upon. And there's a state of timelessness and a form of superhuman ability that's tapped into that transcends time, space, distance, and where there's no longer a separation between you and the Force. And ultimately, as part of the objective, is to be an embodiment of the life force itself. We are already the leading edge, and so to dance with the life force or not is really dependent upon intuition, or just freely expressing uninhibited, whatever works for you. The following has not failed me in 20 years, and the person who taught me it never failed them, and it is a known science for being 100% reliable. So without further ado, I'll count backwards from 5, and when I reach 0, tune in to a universal message through your body from your Creator for the highest good of all concerned that represents no. Here we go. Couple deep breaths. Relax yourself head to toe. Let go. 5, 4, 3. Completely go relaxed and receptive to the source itself. 2, 1, 0. Make mental note of whatever signal, body sensation, itch, twitch, burn, insight, feeling. It can be anything. It's just between you and the universe. It's a private, secret, sacred code between you and the universe that represents no. And only for the highest good, and only for, by, for, and with the will of the Force, for your highest good, and the will of the One. So be it. Once again, for no. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Make mental note of whatever that message may be, that signal for no, and we're going to do it one more time. This time, as I count backwards from 5, let yourself really relax. Be more perceptive to the moment, to the now, to the present, to the life force than ever before, for the sake of no, such as no, don't get on the plane. No, don't get in the car. No, don't piss that person off. No, 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 let go, let go, let go. Detachment, detachment, detachment. It's important to know when is no, and you'll know, unless you don't ask. So now we'll do one for yes, and this is the important one. This is the fun one. When fear says no, and rules say no, and all the circumstances say no, but intuition says yes, then you know you're dancing with the divine, free of time and space and dollars and dimes. So I'm going to count backwards from 5, and when I reach 0, let yourself perceive from the universe, source, and self a signal for yes in your body, especially if you don't have your coin or your pendulum or your computer or your friends or your colleagues. If all you have is yourself and the source, this is how you know, and you can rely on this 100%. And even if you make a mistake, if you sincerely want to know, and if you sincerely have the trust to engage the flow, then you'll be granted a lot of grace and forgiveness and a lot of extra assistance for being brave enough or trusting enough to follow the will of the Force. Here we go, counting backwards from 5, 4, a couple deep breaths, let go, be perceptive. 3, 2, 1, 0. And again, completely let go as much as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Don't worry if you're not feeling anything. It takes practice. Like I said, this took me years, but it may only take you another 10 minutes by listening to this some other time or taking notes and doing it yourself. One last time for yes. And again, this is to confirm your own intuition or to deny it at a later time. If you get an insight and you're pretty sure but not sure, run it through this process. It'll give you added insight. And once you've worked with this long enough, you'll see that it will serve you well and never fail you, even though you may fail it, which is more likely the case. However, those few of you, and I'll be glad if one person out there in the world gets this, I'll be very surprised and impressed. I'm going to count backwards from 5, and when I reach 0, perceive an internal signal that represents yes from your Creator. Couple deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, there you go. Highly encourage you to make this a 3-step process. This is the first one. The second one will be to listen to this again, take whatever notes you need to take, and then do the third one either solo or with this recording. This is rushed. It's many years of training and experience and crisis packed into about 6-7 minutes. And it's worth untold millions or billions, or it's priceless. It's worth more than all the money in the world. And I've been doing this every day for 20 years, and now I'm really going in deep for the sake of fun, service, profit, and because this may be my last day. That's all for now.